Have you ever felt like something invisible is blocking you in your life from really getting what you truly want? What if the real reason why you can't have what you want is that deep down you feel unworthy of it? You might be already aware that there's some shame or guilt that's holding you back. And this is something that's especially true for people that have survived narcissistic trauma. But the problem is, these emotions can really sabotage us from our self-worth, from keeping us from success, love, happiness, all the things that we deserve. But here's the thing, most people never address the root cause. But in this video, I'm going to reveal 5 powerful, science-backed steps that can help you release what's holding you back for good. By the end of this, you'll know how you can heal, reclaim your self-worth, and unlock your potential. Lesson number 1. What if I told you that every moment of every day, a narcissist is programming you to believe you're selfish for wanting more? This conditioning will impact you over time. And this conditioning keeps you feeling guilty long after the abuse until you reprogram it. You're always going to have barriers to having your desires met. And you might even feel this guilt and shame, which is really annoying, pop up every now and again. The problem is, narcissists thrive on making you believe that your needs and desires are selfish and they're unwarranted. Only their desires and needs apparently are important. And over time, this leads to constant guilt and shame and a belief that you needing your needs met, just basic needs, is that you're unworthy of it for some reason. A lot of it doesn't even make logical sense. You'll have a block to wanting more for yourself. Think about it. Every time you voiced your needs, the narcissist will call you selfish or try and say something that will insinuate that you're wanting something means you're needy, or they'll make you feel bad. This programming basically stops us from asking for anything. That means we believe we don't deserve to have our needs met. We stop asking. Start today by acknowledging that your desires are valid. You wanting more is valid. You're a human being. They see people as objects. They dehumanize. So they see you just like you're a phone, or you're a computer, or you're a microwave, or you're a pan. They see you as an object. They don't see you as a human being. So just because they can't see you, it doesn't mean that you're not somebody that has needs. You're not an object. I need you to write one thing down that you desire and that you've made yourself feel guilty about somewhere along the lines. And I want you to say out loud, I am worthy of having my desires met. Say it with me now. And it is not selfish to want more. Take a deep breath in and just sigh it out. Lesson number 2. We have to break free of the guilt cycle. Guilt is just not a feeling. It's a trap. A trap that narcissists keep us in. It's like we're in prison, and until you can understand how to escape it, it does become a prison. We'll stay stuck in self-sabotage. We'll never allow ourselves to move forward, and we don't know why. Because when we feel guilty, we have a subconscious belief system that goes aligned with that we have to be punished, that we're not worthy of love. We have to work harder. We have to suffer to get anything in life. Narcissists condition us to feel guilty. They make us feel guilty about wanting more or having our needs met, as though we need to be punished for having needs. They convince us that our needs are wrong, but we're human beings. We're going to have needs. And this subconscious guilt becomes a barrier to holding us back because we sabotage ourselves. That's a way of punishing ourselves for having, for receiving, for even wanting. I've had clients that couldn't even ask for a raise. They were so undervalued, it was unreal, that once they started doing some of this work, they doubled their income. They started tripling their income. It was amazing what would happen just through releasing the guilt and the shame. Some of the barriers that were holding them back for 10, 20 years started lifting because they were conditioned to believe they weren't worthy of it. Today, I want you to realize that guilt is not a fact. If we feel guilty, there's no fact around that we should feel guilty. It's a feeling where we've been programmed by somebody else. Any negative kind of emotions like shame and guilt, they've all been programmed into us. Because as a child, as a baby, we were not programmed with guilt and shame. We were told that what we innately wanted to do was wrong. And that's where guilt and shame came into a place. Every time guilt and shame comes up, I want you to challenge it by saying, this feeling doesn't define me. Lesson number 3, we have to reprogram the subconscious mind. What if you could completely reprogram the part of your mind that keeps you feeling guilty or unworthy in just a few minutes a day? Or you could do some practices that could help reprogram you. Every week you try something new. The thing is, narcissists are continuously planting things into our subconscious until we reprogram them. One of my clients spent years feeling bad about asking for more time with the children because the narcissistic parent made them feel guilty about it. Once they realized that the thing that was holding them back was guilt, they changed it because they saw that actually the children would benefit from having more time with them. So one actionable step here is just imagine yourself starting to ask for what you want, starting to feel confident about having your desires met, starting to feel that you already have your desires met. It's just that you've been programmed not to believe it and that you're releasing those programs. Imagine yourself just releasing some of those programs. And before we dive into the next step, I want to invite you to something totally new, monthly membership. It's starting in November and you can start free for 30 days. If you're ready, we're starting with looking at self-worth in November. We'll be working together from week 1 where you can ask me anything. You get live access to me and there'll be a community that you can join. And then every week you're going to get something, a tool or a tip to really help you rewire your brain, so you can step by step change your life moving forward. So if you want to secure your space, please do sign up. I can't wait to meet you. The link to sign up will be in the description. So lesson number 4, reclaim your self-worth. The real reason we've been struggling with self-worth is because someone has convinced you that who you're being, you don't deserve to be, or that you're not good enough as who you are. The narcissists systematically destroy your self-worth. They make you feel like your value comes from serving them, and they dictate whether you're serving them enough or not. They don't see that your value comes from you being who you are. But here's the truth. Your value isn't determined by anyone else. Until you can see your own value as you being you, you won't feel a sense of self-worth. I remember a narcissist once told one of my clients that she'd never be successful on her own. But as she started to work through the program, she launched a successful business and she built the life she thought she would never have. So take a moment to really write down 3 things that you really love about yourself. What is it about you really love? You might have lost that now, what you identify as being the real you. And remind yourself that your worth doesn't come from somebody else validating you. It comes from you being you. Lesson number 5, step into your true power. Imagine being so free of guilt and shame, all that has weighed you down for years, and stepping into a life where you feel you're worthy of every success and love, someone to love you and the life that you truly want. When you can release the guilt and the shame, you can reprogram the toxic belief systems that have been planted by the narcissist. It's a lot easier. And that's where you can really step into your true power. That's where you feel this liberation to really do what it is you want. Then you stop procrastinating. Then you stop, doing all the things or thinking about all the things that you wish you weren't thinking about. You're no longer controlled by those manipulative voices. I've seen people go from feeling worthless to becoming so confident, successful versions of themselves beyond what they thought they could ever do. And they started to see they deserved a better life. And that really comes from within. I can't tell you enough for you to really believe it. It has to come from within you where you think, yeah, I am. And you start living your life the way you should. You might know that you're worth it, but you don't know why you're not doing the things that you know you could do. Well, then that's because there's some programming that you need to release. So one actionable step is just to make a decision that you're ready to do this. You're ready to start healing. You're ready to start making those habits and changing your life moving forward. These 5 steps can completely change the way you see yourself and your life. And you're not being selfish for wanting more. By reprogramming the toxic beliefs that have been planted by the narcissist, you'll reclaim your self-worth. You'll start being yourself again. And that means you start stepping into your true power. And from there, you create the results in your life you've been looking for. If this video resonated with you, hit the subscribe button, share this video with someone you know that will benefit or needs to hear it, and give it a thumbs up. And if you're ready to dive deeper into your healing, please check out some of the resources because I really, truly would love to work with you. In the meantime, sending you so much love. Till next time.